some point in your next race, everything is going to hurt. Your legs will be heavy. Your stomach might turn. Your mind is going to start asking questions you don't want to answer. Why am I doing this? Is it supposed to feel this hard? Maybe I should just stop. And here's what most runners think in that moment. They think suffering is the enemy, something to push through, survive, endure. But what if I told you suffering isn't the enemy? Suffering is the course. And just like your legs, just like your lungs, it's something you can train. Cue that intro music.
Who says you need to fly to reach the top? Keep beating your block till your feet are hot. Get your head out the sand, join the flock. It's okay to run scared, we enjoy the life.
Welcome back to the Ostrich Running Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Miraz, and today we're talking about the skill of suffering, what it actually is, and why the runners who get this right go further than almost anyone else, and the exact mental framework I use when things start going sideways in a race. Let's get into it. So suffering, it's not what you think it is. Here's the thing about suffering. Most people define it as pain, and pain is bad. Pain means something is wrong. Pain means stop. But that's not what suffering actually is in an ultra. There's a difference, a really important difference between discomfort and danger. Danger is your body sending you a real signal, something torn, something broken, something that needs attention. That is a signal worth listening to. But discomfort? Well, discomfort is just your body entering unfamiliar territory. It's the feeling of your limits being tested. And here's the secret. Your limits are actually further out than you think. Every experienced ultra runner I've ever talked to says the same thing. The moment they thought they were done, truly, totally done, they kept going. And they found more. Not because they got stronger in that moment, but because they stopped fighting the feeling and started moving with it. Now, the suffering away, they just changed their relationship with it. And that is a very big skill to have. One that you can develop, one you need to practice, and one that will absolutely change how you race. Before we get into it, let's take a quick break for one of our sponsors, us, Ostrich Running. Look, I've tried every electrolyte product out there, the super sugary ones, the ones with the gimmick salt, the tablets that take forever to dissolve. On a lot of these, they mess my stomach up. But Ostrich Salt, it's different. Simple. Just pure electrolytes, sodium, potassium, and magnesium malate in the ratio your body actually needs when you're sweating through mile 30, 50, or 80. I created this because I needed it. When I was out at Kodiak 100 running through the night, cramping was not an option. When you're managing 100 miles, you can't afford to bonk because your electrolytes are off. So I made something that works. No artificial flavors, no BS, just quality ingredients. And here's the thing, whether you're running ultras or you're just trying to get through a hot 10K without cramping, your body needs electrolytes. That's not negotiable. Now head to ostrichrunning.com and grab some electrolytes today. Use code SALTY6 to try your own 6-pack for $6. Okay, so let's talk about the actual tools that we have here, right? There are the 5 things that I come back to when a race gets hard. And trust me, it will get hard. So let's build this toolkit now while things are still good, right? If you're listening to this on a run, really focus on what I'm about to say. Tool number 1, shrink the problem. When you're 40 miles into a 100 miler and you start doing the math, I still have 60 miles left. Oh man, I'm at this pace. Your brain is going to betray you. That number's too big. It's crushing. So stop doing that math. The only numbers that matter is how far to the next tree, the next aid station, the next mile marker, I call this the next tree mindset. You don't have to run 100 miles. You just have to make it to that tree. Make it to that aid station. Then you reassess. Then you pick the next tree or the next aid station. Now, the whole race is just a series of trees and aid stations. You don't have to see the finish line. You just have to see the next one. Now, this isn't just a mental trick. It's actually how elite runners manage effort and emotion over long distances. Shrink that problem. Make it winnable. Win it, repeat. Now, the second tool in this toolkit is change the narrative. Your brain, it's telling you a story about what's happening to you right now. And if you're suffering, that story probably sounds something like this. This hurts. I'm falling apart. I'm not strong enough for this. I came out too fast. Maybe today's just not my day. Well, that story is a lie. And you have the power to rewrite it. Instead of, this hurts, try, all right, this is where the race starts. Here we go. Instead of, I'm falling apart. Oh no. Try, right now, I'm learning what I'm made of. Instead of, I don't know if I can do this. Try, every person who has ever finished this race felt exactly like this. Because they did. The suffering you feel at mile 60 is the same suffering every finisher has ever felt. The only difference between the people who finish it and the people who don't isn't fitness. It's the story they tell themselves in that moment. Your narrative? It's a choice. Choose the one that keeps you moving. Now, the third tool, borrow energy. Now, there will be moments, I promise you, when your own motivation runs completely dry. When there's nothing left in the tank for yourself, that's when you borrow from someone else. Think about your crew waiting for you at the next aid station. Think about the person who told you they were proud of you before the start. Think about your kids, your partner, your training partner who's tracking you from home. Think about the version of you that signed up for this race and had the audacity to believe that you could actually do it. Run for them, even if it's just for a mile. 1 mile of borrowed energy can completely reset the race. I've seen it happen to myself. I've felt it. You don't have to have it all inside yourself. Sometimes the people who love you are carrying you through that portion of the race. Let them. Now, the fourth tool, controlling something small. When everything feels like it's falling apart, your nervous system, it goes into chaos mode. Your heart's racing. The thoughts, those are spiraling. The body screaming. The antidote to chaos is control. But you don't need to control everything. You just need to control one thing. Pick something. Your breathing, your cadence, your posture, shoulders back, head up. Just one thing. When you consciously control something, your brain gets a signal that you're okay, that you're still in this, that you're not a passenger, you're still that driver. I like to focus on my breath. 3 counts in, 3 counts out. It slows the panic. It steadies the ship. And once the ship is steady, I can start thinking clearly again. And no, that's not a Navy reference because I was in the Navy. It's just something that helps me. Control creates calm. Calm creates clarity. Clarity gets you to the finish line. And the fifth tool, this one's important. Remember why. This is the deepest tool, and it's the one that saves races when nothing else does. Before your next race, write it down. Your why. Not to finish or to PR. Those are outcomes. I mean the real reason. The thing underneath the thing. Maybe it's to prove something to yourself after a hard year. Maybe it's to show your kids what perseverance looks like. Maybe it's grief or healing or transformation. Maybe you just need to know you're still capable of hard things. Write that down. Say it in your head. Repeat it. Understand it. Know it. Keep it somewhere you can see it before the race. And when you're at mile 70 and the darkness comes, and it will come, you can go back to it. I even recently interviewed an ultra runner who's done multiple Coca-Donas, and that person on their documentary, I saw them write little motivational notes to themselves and put it in their drop bag. At each aid station, they could pull it out, collect it, read it as they went, saved it for later in the race. But that was such a cool tool to use, and I think that you should go out there and try it. I know I'm going to go out and try it. But your reason for being out there is stronger than the pain every single time. Pain, it is temporary. You have to trust me. It is a temporary pain. Your why is forever. Now, before we jump into this next segment, I'm going to go ahead and take a break to listen to one of our other sponsors, Ostrich Run. We spend so much time tracking pace, distance, heart rate, and all these external metrics, but we don't track the thing that actually matters most, how we're moving. Alethea is a sensor that clips to your waistband and tracks the force your body experiences when you run. Not just you're running 8-minute miles, but how your body is actually absorbing impact. Whether you're braking too much, whether one leg is doing more work than the other. They call it a force portrait. And when I first saw mine, it was like, damn, this is what's actually happening when I run. This is where I'm inefficient. This is where I'm setting myself up for injury. And here's why this matters. Most running injuries don't just happen. They build over time because of the imbalances and inefficiencies we can't see. You're overstriding. You're landing too hard on one side. Your form is breaking down in ways you don't notice until something hurts. Alethea catches that before it becomes a problem. You get personalized feedback after every run. It tells you exactly what to work on, not generic advice, but your specific issues based on your unique biomechanics. I'm not saying this lightly. If you're serious about running long term, this is the tool you need, because staying healthy is how you keep showing up. Head to alethea.run and use promo code RUNSCARED10 today. Okay, so let me close the framework with something that took me a really long time to believe. The hard miles aren't the price you pay to finish. They are the point. The miles where everything hurts, those are the miles that change you. Not the easy ones. Not the ones where you're flying downhill, the wind at your back, and your playlist hitting just right. We all know that feeling, that runner's high. I'm talking about the ones where you negotiate with yourself. The ones where you find out who you are when things stop going your way. I know I'm about to have some of those miles here shortly. I'm behind schedule. This next run is going to be hard. It's going to be tough, and I have a strength training after it. I do not want to go out and push those miles, but I know that I need to. Because ultra running is one of the only things in modern life that genuinely asks you, how deep does it go? And every time you answer, every time you keep moving when stopping would be completely understandable, you become slightly different as a person and on the other side of it. You don't just finish the race. You prove something to yourself that no one can take away from you. That is why we do this. Not in spite of the suffering, but because of it. So let's listen to these tools again. If you're about to race or you're on a long run right now, the 5 tools that you need are, number 1, shrink the problem. Just make it to the next tree. Number 2, change the narrative. This is where the race starts. Number 3, borrow energy. Run for someone else for a mile. Number 4, control something small, breathing, cadence, posture. And number 5, remember your why. It's stronger than the pain. Those 5 tools, that's it. That's the whole toolkit of suffering. And the beautiful thing is, you've already been training the body. This is just training the rest of it. Now, I know this episode is short. We had a crazy week. We have a crazy next couple of weeks. But I didn't want to leave you a week without giving you something of value. I wanted to let all of you runners know that you're capable of far more than you believe. The gap between where you think you'll quit and where you actually quit, that gap is massive. And it's not filled with more fitness. It's filled with this stuff, the tools, a willingness to get curious about the hard moments instead of being afraid of them. The runners who finish aren't tougher than you. They're not built differently. They just made a decision. At some point in some race, on some brutal stretch of trail, that suffering isn't going to be the thing that stops them. You can make the decision too, right now, before you even get to the start line. Suffering is a skill, and you're already in training. Good luck out there, and I'll see you in those trails. Again, week after week, your messages, your encouragement, your support, it means everything. I'm so grateful for it. I'm grateful that you guys are out there supporting this brand, supporting the motto of Run Scared. You are all my flockers. And I can't wait to see you push past the limits of what you thought you were capable of and posting that story to this running community so we can all bask in its glory as well. I am rooting for each and every one of you to accomplish the goal that you have set out for yourself, whether it is a 5K, 10K, half marathon, 50K, 100K, 100-miler, multi-day run. I'm rooting for you. And you will suffer no matter what distance. And you can use this toolkit to your advantage. Thank you again for everything that you guys do for this brand. Please like, subscribe, and follow this podcast. Share it with other people out there. Write a review for me. It all helps us. It helps us get these messages out to the rest of the runners out there. And I just want to say thank you again. Cue that outro music.
Bitch. Who says you need to fly to reach the top? Keep beating your block till your feet are hot. Get your head out the sand, join the flock. It's okay to run scared, we enjoy it a lot. I'm a nod kid, like an ostrich. I got a pod, kids, here's a topic. Blaze your own trail, don't be cautious. 2 birds, 1 stone's how I rock it. Can't make an omelet without breaking a shell. But the say grew up, now I'm raising hell. Haters gonna hate, yeah, they praying you fail. So put in the work, whether pavement or trail. The grades fell down, but they got to the feet. Run your own race, put this pod on repeat. Shake your tail feather, keep nodding your beaks. Ostrich gang, or you're not my peeps. Who says you need to fly to reach the top?